Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation, Westcliffe, Colorado, great states of Americans. Stephen Rorick, Mike Boring on the console. My trusted co-pilot over here, James McMahon. Jimmy, how you doing this evening, buddy?
We're doing all right. I mean, it'd be good if we'd get some rain, but it is what it is.
You ain't living right.
If somebody ain't doing something right, need to do some kind of dance or something. But all this smoke, I mean, I don't know.
No, this morning there was actually a little dew on the roof across the way, but it didn't take long for that to evaporate.
No, keeping the potatoes watered and keeping the cattle fed hay and keeping them in plenty of water because they're drinking water. Boy, oh boy.
Oh boy. No, I gotta have water.
Well, trying to get a garden going too in this. Boy, it's tough. You know what I mean? I mean, it's tough enough in a regular year.
Oh, well, yeah, and it tried to start from scratch on getting that ground wet. The guy needs to. That's why the big boys pre-wet. You know, they
Absolutely
get everything wet and then let the top dry out, and then it. Yeah, like you say, it makes it harder to start from the top and try to get the bottom wet.
Well, that was one good thing. There was a lot of moisture when we planted those potatoes. It was cutting right through. You could see all the moisture in it. And then it was dry on top. So that worked out, like you're saying. You know, you get that water down in there. But that was just from Mother Nature.
Yeah, because, boy, I'll tell you what, last 10 days, man, it.
Brutal.
The water just went gone.
Trying to get carrots to germinate up here.
Oh, boy. Water them every couple hours.
I just cover them. Water them real good, plant them, water them real good, and then put boards over them. Try to keep the moisture in there, and then flip the board over and
water them again.
Water them some more, and hopefully they start coming up.
Yeah, buddy.
I got a few coming up, but boy, it's a battle. It's almost like the plants know that it's a bad year. It's almost like something's wrong here. But taters are looking good. Corn's coming up strong. Peas are coming up good. Beans are coming up good. Broccoli, cauliflower, kale. Seem to be doing okay.
Good.
A little bit of cabbage. Some cabbage coming along.
Good.
But yeah, rain would be good. Is there any more in the forecast? Did you see that?
There's nothing in the forecast. No.
Yeah, boy, it's
nada.
Pitiful.
No, it's a bad deal, boy. So, what did you think of last night?
I thought it was absolutely remarkable. A lot of energy and time went into that. Pretty good politicians, pretty nice politicians showed up, you know, that are running for the different offices. And
47% on Friday and 1% on Saturday with wind. So when they're forecasting wind, you can pretty much count on that. But no, yeah, that's quite a stable of candidates, I thought.
Yeah. And the volunteer people, the people that showed up and put it on, I mean, that was, then having the food trucks, that was mighty convenient.
Yeah, I wanted to patronize them. I did get a limeade from Keeley, but dude, I didn't have time to do anything. Try to run the show.
No, you and Harold did very good. I mean,
introduce everybody, and
it took some time. You know, there was definitely a lot of time spent, you know, listening to the candidates and listening to their bio and their resume, I guess, or what they've done in the past and get their history. There's a lot of information covered last night. And I think that's important for people to see someone's background, where they came from, what they've done, their accomplishments. Their belief system is the big deal.
Well, that's one of the things that's a pain because most of this time they only get a few minutes to speak, and it's just not enough time.
It's not, especially when you're driving all the way up here. I don't know how many people were there, but it sounded like some people came in early and then left, donated and then and maybe spoke to them a little bit, but they didn't have a lot of time. So that was a good thing. People said, no, just showed up for a minute, got to meet them, greet them, maybe donate a little money to them.
Yeah, that
So it was a kind of a dine and dash thing for some people, and then other people they were good to hang out for the whole time.
think there at one point we'd counted 85,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
but they just drove from Sterling. Two of them had driven from Sterling, and there was 5 people there. Sterling's a pretty big town for just 5 people.
Yeah.
But that's back to the, I mean, it's what we keep talking about, perpetually talking about is the leadership of the Republican Party. I mean, that's what happened to us here with this. That's why Harold took it upon himself to call all these candidates, and why we did this is because when they showed up at the CCRCC, there's like 10 or 15 people that they've talked to 3 or 4 times.
Oh no, that was getting pretty aggravating. I was going through that, watching that, thinking, my goodness, this is. Ugh. And I'm glad that Harold felt that he watched the same thing. I mean, we all were watching that, going, man, are we even trying?
Yeah, well, they weren't. I don't think they was really trying a whole lot. And I've just come to the conclusion that I don't think that they're nefarious or as nefarious as we thought they might be, but I think a lot of it just has to do with ineptness. They are just not capable of. They ain't capable of putting an email list together and trying to invite a bunch of people. It is beyond their capability.
Yeah.
And that is bad for people that are in a position of leadership.
Yeah. So that's why we do what we do, trying to.
That's why Harold did what he did, and that's why I allowed 10 minutes for the candidates to speak instead of 2. And
Yeah. Well, there's just not enough time at all, 2 minutes.
no,
Not when you're facing all the issues that we are, and then giving them enough time to explain it, because a lot of these guys are already pre-engaged in a lot of this stuff. They're already in it.
oh, they're in it.
They're already in it.
Yeah, this is not for fun.
They're well aware of the legislature and how the other side rolls and what we're combating
Yeah, you mean the fraud?
in waste and abuse.
Fraud is number one. I mean, wasting stuff is one thing, but just blatantly just taking it from us is a whole nother thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we've got to rise up as people and.
But I think the moral of the story, folks, is what we've been telling you for weeks, week on week on week, is that we have to vote. 40% is what the national average is for turnout, and it's less on the midterm
during
year.
the midterms. Yeah.
So if you could raise that by 20%, it would make a hell of a difference.
Oh, we'd be winning. We'd be winning. That's why we're jumping up and down so much on this midterm thing to get. This is where the opposition really gains positions of influence in the political parties, and we're asleep at the wheel. They're on an agenda. They think the sky's falling, the climate change, little boys can be girls. I mean, they have a rebellion against creation, in my opinion. They love the work of their hands and they love themselves. They're that kind of people. And it's they're not looking at stuff in a real light, in the gravity of hardworking Americans raising their children with values. You earn. You don't want a handout. There's a huge contrast between the different belief systems, and that's really what came to light last night. You could see the passion, because these folks have kids and grandkids, and they're Coloradans, and they really like to see the change, go back to where we need to be, get out all this nonsense, and be fiscally responsible. I mean, right now, cattle ranchers need help, and I don't know if there's any state help even available. But boy, I know
There is, but you got to be signed up beforehand.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
if you couldn't have a crystal ball and say, "Dang,"
well, that's what insurance is.
Sure,
you cover
on
insurance.
Your hay pasture and your cattle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I just don't know what they could do if there ain't. It's kind of like water. You can own all the water right in the world. If there ain't no water, it don't matter.
That's it.
But it's nice when you got it.
This is trying to say that the midterms was 46.2, but the presidential was 63.9. And I don't think I trust that.
Was that total? Or was that just Republicans in state of Colorado?
No, well, that's
or
it says national.
National.
But I mean, how many damn voter?
How many dead people voting?
Yeah.
How many illegal aliens voting?
I mean, I know George, the reason I'm quoting that 40%, that's what the Sentinel was talking about. And we were just a little above, like 47% whenever. But some countries like Australia was just saying it's mandatory you vote.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways to look at it and so many different things, but like some of the guys that I hang out with the old cowboys, they're like, well, hell, we don't want them dumbasses to vote. It's like, the thing is there's 2 to 1, right? There's 2 decent people to 1 libtard. And so
we got to show up.
That's the thing. Yeah. I mean,
got to outvote them.
Yeah. If everybody votes, we still have them. And we need our people to show up and vote. Otherwise,
losers.
I mean, it's kind of a little bit tired of trying to keep pushing it, but that's what everybody was talking about. We got to get people to the ballot box and vote. And like I've said before, in Colorado, there's no excuse because it's a damn mail-in ballot. Hell, you don't have to stand in line on election day or none of that. All you got to do. I mean, you can mail it in or just drop it by the courthouse.
Just drop it off, put it in the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we make some headway on the midterms. That would be a good thing. And then
I just was watching I've been watching this Paul Barron Network. He's got like 2.5 million subscribers.
Wow.
He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Technology guy to start with, and then so he covers crypto and all the stocks and oil, but he's like what he was saying today. He said, that's what I've been saying for weeks, folks. Who the hell is lying? Is it Trump? Is it the White House? Or is it Iran? Or whatever? Because they ain't nobody's stories match. Hell, the war's over and the strait's open. You look on they have these trackers. They can see which ships are going through there in real time. The only ships that are going through there are the ships that Iran is authorized. Trump tried to tweet on Truth Social, the most oil that's ever flowed through there in one day. And you look at the map and that's not the case. So it's like, Oh, it's extremely disheartening to me. I mean, it's nothing but a bunch of lies, and I'm not accusing any one person of lying. I'm just saying the whole thing is nothing but a bunch of bullshit. Does Trump really know what he's saying, or is he listening to somebody that's whispering in his ear that's lying? Or I mean, obviously, how can Trump be right if Iran doesn't agree? Like, it just don't work that way.
You could speculate all you want, and it's
Hell, Jimmy's going to give me his cows. Just ask him.
yeah. There you go.
You're bringing them on over, ain't
Bringing
you?
them on over,
Shit.
sure. Well, it's a political theater, and he probably plays it as well as anybody. I remember Reagan; he was pretty good at playing, but I think he was trying to be as honest as he could. But he still had to have that image.
Well,
Oil's plunging. Oil's plunging. And it sounds like it is going down, but it ain't going down at the pump.
well, and that's the thing. That's what I was talking about with Dad today. He said, well, I was watching, because he watches some of the market stuff, comes on RFD TV in the mornings, and he used to never watch, but whatever makes him happy. I mean, I'm
Heck yeah.
all for it. So he kind of got where he kind of watches that stuff. But one of them analysts said it'll go down to $50. That's how much oil we have, but yet it's still $5 diesel, and the oil's down to like 70. When the oil was $70, gas was like, I mean, that's where it was like 6 months ago, when gas was whatever, 3.5. So, I mean,
It's going to take a minute for it to correct itself.
yeah.
They're saying the shortage of diesel is the ability, I guess, to refine it or something. I'm like, whatever. They've shut some refineries down. And it's the other thing going on in the beef industry. They're shutting some of them packers down.
Yeah.
And imports are off the map. They're importing beef like there's no tomorrow. 5 different countries. Forget which one they said, Uruguay or something like that, doubled their imports this year.
Like I say, it doesn't help. It ain't changed nothing on the home front.
Ain't changed nothing here.
The price of cattle has not went down, and neither has the meat at the market.
No, anything, it's going up and up.
Yeah, it's going up.
I was watching. They're getting the cows a lot bigger. Usually, what are they, about 1,200 pounds when they're butchering a steer? They're about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the average was back when. I mean, now they're way closer to 15, 16.
So they got fewer head, so they got to put more meat on the bone. That's the crazy part about it. But it sounds like they're grading out really good for the American beef. Higher quality American beef, but most people don't have a clue.
Taylor mentioned that he got into a couple of T-bones with his mom and wife, and that was like, damn, that's good stuff, boy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
Good stuff.
when you're cooking a hamburger, you cook one from the store and the thing ends up about this big, and then you cook one from your homegrown stuff and it doesn't shrink. A big difference. Something going on there. A lot going on there. So they're having to figure out how to pack some, I don't know what they're putting in it. But when you have a home,
Some crickets.
man, I'm not sure. I don't even want to think about it. Little green slime and some sawdust. I don't know. God only knows. I don't want to know. But yeah, I'm going to take 3 beefs in Sunday. Westcliffe, so we should have about 1,400 pounds of meat. All homegrown right here in the valley. Not one vaccination. The only one that ever got a vaccination was when that bull got that foot rot. That was the only needle that's ever touched this herd. But it was pretty much mandatory.
Oh yeah, hell, when somebody's gonna die,
Yeah.
or either that or his foot rots off.
Yeah, either way you go, he needed some loving.
Antibiotics are good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not the end of the world.
Oh, everything is good if it's used properly. It's this malicious. I was just talking with the folks today. They're like, I was like, you ever heard of the Lone Star tick? They're like, no. It's odd how much people don't know what's going on.
Well, just how devilish some of these people have become to get the population down. I mean, they're modern day killers. I mean, mass
murderers.
Mass murderers. I mean, Fauci may end up. They might do something with him one of these days. But
well, that's one of the things that I actually had to cheer about last night, and it's funny that all of the stuff that these candidates talking about, what we've been talking about for weeks and months,
yeah.
about there's no justice. They're eating the kids, folks, and there ain't nobody gives a shit about shit. Don't care. Oh, God, it's the Strait of Hormuz. They're eating the babies, folks.
Well, there's so much information out there, too. I mean, that Epstein file thing, that shed so much light on how demonic or dark or whatever you want to call it these people in high places have become. I mean, that needs to get reeled in, and I hope that they're doing it. It would be good if we knew.
Every day that goes by, I lose more faith.
Yeah.
Why isn't there one indictment? Not even one single one.
None.
Not even one.
None.
And then hell, all we care about is trying to keep some foreign oil flowing. Really? Okay, Israel.
Well, the nuclear thing with Iran, I think I could go along with that for quite a bit. Iran has always kind of been ever since I was a kid, Iran has always been kind of a pain on everybody's side.
Can you blame them? That's all. I'm not sticking up for them, but I can't blame them one bit. I would want to kill them Jews too. Just saying. They have been fighting against each other the whole time, and to think all of a sudden now we're going to start playing Kumbaya? Nada.
Negatory.
Just doesn't happen that way, man. They've been blood enemies for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden it's supposed to be better?
Well, Iran is not only just against them. Iran is Muslim kind of deal. So they want to conquer the world.
Well, and that's the whole thing. It's that fundamental thought process.
So I don't...
Death to the infidels.
Yeah, and I don't really need that today. If I'm an infidel, that's what they're calling anybody that didn't believe like them.
The thing is there's still room for them people over in that part of the world, right? They just don't need to be here. Exactly. And we don't need to be. If we had our own border secure, what would it matter?
Nuclear don't matter. The border don't mean shit at that point.
All of the top people in Trump's administration told him there is nothing nuclear. No, yeah, there is. Israel says it is. Everybody, Tulsi Gabbard, all the rest said there's nothing there. Yeah, there is. I got it from Jared Kushner. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's what they say. When all of the best intel sources in America say that there is no nuclear weapons, and Trump says, yeah, Kushner said there is. Israel says there is. Yeah, no. Really? That doesn't make sense, folks. All that is propaganda to go in there and kill their ass.
And then they just thicken the narrative, too, saying, they're going to have to agree. Give us your uranium.
Well, yeah, and I just was looking a little bit ago on that Paul Barron deal. They're talking about, Trump says we're going to go in there and whoever's going to go in and inspect them and blah, 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 blah. And Israel says, there ain't nobody coming in here to inspect anything. Like,
Iran said that?
yeah, you ain't coming in here.
Good luck coming up in here.
So why are they lying to us, man?
It's a big propaganda machine.
Somebody's lying. I'm not trying to blame it on America or Trump or the White House or any of that or Iran or either what. I'm just saying none of it matches. So that means somebody's lying.
Yeah.
And the whoremongers, history will tell you that the whoremonger, the liar, are the people like Netanyahu that, I mean, he would be charged as a war criminal if he wasn't still in power. There's very few of his own people that even support him. So, like, how in the hell is he still in there? Because he's got all the power. It's just like every reign that's happened for so long. The only reason they stay in power is because they're corrupt and they have the power and the money to stay in power. It's not because they're righteous.
No, exactly. No, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
It's pretty much just, it's real simple.
Yeah.
What it means is that they're basically, the whoremongers are lying, and I'm not saying that Iran's not in that same boat, but when Trump says, yeah, we're going in to check them out, and they say, no, they're not, like, is that just so the stock market can keep going? That's all it's doing. Just artificially inflating the stock market. Hell, all it takes is one little, oh, the strait's open, man. Oh, the strait's closed.
Bizarre.
It is. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, Iran, I don't think, is quite the easy victim that they thought they had.
Not at all. Plus, they didn't do it like they did Venezuela. Right? I mean, if you wanted to put the whammy to them, what about the microwave weapon or whatever they used in Venezuela, right? When all of the guys are on the ground with blood coming out their ears. And we're over here trying to bomb them and drone them, and it's like, why don't you just do what you did in Venezuela? If you want to take care of business, oh, that's right. We don't want to take care of business. This is just a facade.
We're selling we're building the industrial complex. That's what it comes down to. They got to keep spinning. It's kind of, if you don't have a war, you can't sell your bomb.
Well, and I mean, it's been a long time proven in history too. War generates money. You wouldn't think it would. You'd think that, I mean, that's really counterintuitive because what you're doing is spending money. Look at all the munitions we've already spent with Ukraine.
Yeah.
And how's that going for you?
Yeah, Russia and Ukraine. What a joke. We'll have that solved in about 5 minutes. So anyways, that's a big deal on the big front. Down on the little front, we got to be paying attention and hoping for the best and getting the best elected officials in there as we can. Getting up and voting. It's the bottom up is what's going to help, is what's going to get things done. The top is already established. I don't know how much we're going to do about all that.
There's nothing we can do. There's obviously nothing going to happen at the top because there's nobody going to jail. There's nobody getting prosecuted for all of the maliciousness that they've pulled on us. From eating the kids, COVID,
child trafficking.
You got a communist mayor in New York. I mean, like, at what point are you a traitor?
Yeah. So there's degrees of conviction, and if you even balk a little bit against that Constitution, to me, you signed up for being treason.
I mean, it's a fine line. We've talked about it before. What really is freedom, right? I mean, most people can't handle freedom because they don't have the moral compass to But okay, freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech gives you, if you want to read the Quran, you can. But at what point do you step over the line and now you're a communist traitor?
When you
There,
breach the,
Mondami.
yeah, when you breach the natural law of creation.
Hell,
When you get into all that other perverted
all the
crap.
buses are going to be free. Vote for me.
Everybody's free. Everything's free.
Yeah, it will be. You'll be free in your little cubicle eating damn crickets.
Crickets.
The
It
ground,
sounds like
the ground up kind, not chocolate covered.
Yeah, it sounds like he's all in too on the other elected officials that are running. All the other liberal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have time to really keep up, but I'm sure he's it. For crying in the night, folks, it's happening right in front of our face. This Craig Steiner claims up and down that he's ready to get rid of the open primary, and as soon as he gets elected, he's putting people in there that want the open primary. So how we've been fighting so hard to try to get rid of this joker just in a matter of a couple days turns on us all. And I still can't understand how you can get elected and nobody even applauds for you.
That's scary.
And the big horse only got 17%.
And the big horse, yeah.
I mean, then I can see why people don't want to even worry about voting. So it's like, well, if you don't want to vote and all this shit's going down, I don't know what else to do besides go practice shoot.
Well, we're gonna,
because putting your head in the stand ain't doing nobody any good,
Nope.
including yourself or your family.
I do notice the gun range is staying pretty busy up here. So, just saying. You know what I mean? Just saying. Because hopefully it never comes to that. But there's a point in time where the abuse has to stop. Tax, spend. And it's to create more government. I mean, this thing that's going on over here, I mean, I'm glad that there's contractors making some money, putting in some water and sewer. That's a good thing. But where's that money coming from, and how many strings are attached, and how is that contract written, and who can really afford the housing, and what's it really for? That's the stuff we don't have time enough to be watching because we elect people to do our business for us. And I don't think we've got the folks in there right now that if Polis is handing out money, or what's that other gal, Peterson, or yeah, she's handing out money. These old boys up here is taking it.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's not like, no. We don't need that. We'll do without it. We'll earn it. We'll do with what we've got. Oh no, bring it on in. And therein lies the tough deal is these politicians, they don't understand. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing to do. Do nothing.
Well, yeah, just because somebody's offering you a bunch of money, there's never money that's not without strings. If you think that's the case, you're not being real with reality. There's always strings of some sort, or people wouldn't be giving you money.
Well, when you're taking it from hardworking people that are creating, they're creating money. It starts off $1. They do some kind of something to create value, whether it's service or, or a product. They create value and create money. The government doesn't have that ability. It takes from those people. And a lot of people don't get this. They think the government's got money. The government don't have money. The federal government can print it because we gave them the ability to. The Federal Reserve, nothing federal about it. And damn sure nothing reserve about it. But at the end of the day, they just keep taking and taking and taking. And then the government gets too big, too strong, and too abusive. It's not a king. I mean, we're in a democratic republic. I mean, I understand that. I mean, democracy, we elect people by our voice, and it's a democratic process. But it's still a republic. We're all under the law. And where we're at right now, the government is way too big, overtaxing people and getting into wood chipping business, fire mitigation, into the housing.
Well, yeah, and it's just like what we were talking, like one of the questions last night. What are you going to do about the water? Um, what are you going to do about the water? Like, do you have the switch that makes it snow? Because you ain't going to do shit about shit about shit. There's nothing you can do about when there's no water up top, there's no water down below. It don't matter what your policies are.
Exactly.
If there is none, that's what Chuck says all the time. You're fighting over something that's not even there. So you can have all these concepts in your mind about what water is and how it should be doled out and and
Yeah.
all of the bullshit that you're thinking about it, but at the end of the day,
You ain't got no control over it.
yeah, you ain't got no control over
That's
it.
why we say natural stuff.
It's either there or it isn't.
Constitution's all about creation and natural. And anyways, we could harp on this for years. But just getting this place squared away, Taylor LaPresley will be in there. He takes the saddle, what, January 20th, somewhere in there?
Something like that. I'm not exactly sure when it is.
And we'll have fresh eyes, clean eyes to come in and kind of see and evaluate the situation. Be able to report back to us. The lame duck guy that's in there now, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's going to jail or if he's getting reprimanded, or I have no idea what's going on with tax
mouth
evasion.
still running.
Billy Bob?
Yeah, his mouth's still running. Going to try to run his mouth at me at the CCRCC meeting about how we've had all kind of state officials look over these bylaws. Yeah, that's why y'all about got banned for life from the Republican Party because of that shit. And you're lucky. You're lucky that we did what we did and that we aren't cold-hearted killer, throat kill, going for the punt, going for the kill shot, metamorphically speaking, of wait until you commit the crime and then suing you. We told you, hey, put that cookie back in the cookie jar.
Otherwise, there's going to be a problem. And
if we would have waited till after you would already bit in that cookie, there's quite a handful of you people that would be banned from the Republican Party for life. Bill Kanda trying to tell me that the state looked over them bylaws and said it's all good? That's not what the attorney says.
Well, I don't know that many people are being challenged in the political realm. And now that
the thing is it's hard to challenge them.
You bet.
It's just like it's hard to challenge a Democrat when they're comfortable and they're in their realm. It is hard to challenge somebody that is accusing you of something they're doing. It just is. It's hard to get that upper edge on them. It's hard to get the edge on them. It just is. I mean, you got to have a lot of mental awareness and be ready for battle.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to us the other night at the CCRCC. I had that stuff on my phone, and my phone was mad at me because I'd already uploaded too much stuff, and it had me out of the whole thing. I'm looking at about this much, trying to read page after page after page, and I'm throttled down to just a small little window.
Yeah.
And there's 15, 20 people trying to tell me, no, it says this, it says that, blah, 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 blah. And I had information and I was right from the start, but I couldn't get it out quick enough. So they allowed the election to happen, and now we're trying to figure out what's going to happen. I could have stopped all that right then if I could have seen my phone correctly.
Yep.
But that's woulda, coulda, shoulda. And that's where we're all at all the time. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. We can stop this stuff, but we have to be ready at the point of impact. And don't worry about hurting somebody's feelings.
No, things got to get called out. And most people, if you call them out, they're honestly, sincerely making a mistake. they like to be corrected. Some people, if they're intentionally abusing you through your lack of knowledge, and they have your confidence, and you don't challenge them because you think, well, they wouldn't be doing anything like that. There's no way. And then you come to find out, no, that's not how it is. You really don't know, so we're going to take advantage of your lack of knowledge. Well, there's a lot of learning going on. But there's some pretty sharp people you're one of them, Harold and Jack and Stephen Robinson's. There's a group of people that got their heads on pretty snug, and they know what they're battling against, so it's all going to be all right. It just takes time. And it's a political thing. It's not a go to court thing so much as it is ethics.
That's what makes it a real bearcat.
It's real ornery at that point.
Yeah. You can't put enough pressure on them to convict them criminally. And that's what we had to do with the CCRCC. They almost got smoked.
Well, they were really blatantly taking advantage of people's lack of knowledge.
Oh, by the way, folks, and I have the permission, and the sheriff mentioned to me that I should say something on air. We were acquitted of whatever we were going to death threats on the county commissioners. Jordan, dude, I have no respect for you ever. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But Rich Smith wanted me to let everybody know on air that the district attorney had said, no, there is nothing here to investigate. After what? It took him a few months.
Well, I don't like stuff lingering like that either. What are you guys doing?
Well, yeah, because I don't know how many people went and cried. All of the CCRCC, I don't know.
Well, it was a political.
We're gonna find out one of these days who all went and cried to Mama. Mama, Dad, my big brother's being mean to me. And we didn't even do shit to you.
No, we're trying to help.
And it's all over this low-income housing, Lucas. Still, to this day, in my opinion, if you had an ounce of courage, you would go to Chuck and apologize to him. But we know that'll never happen, right?
Never happen.
That's beyond your capability, bud.
Not going to happen.
And it's still odd to me that we have never seen you out having lunch anywhere since then.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because we go to lunch just pretty much every day. We're there, right? So it's not on us.
You're somewhere having lunch. You're not having lunch tomorrow, though.
No, I got to drive 18-wheeler tomorrow.
You're 18-wheeler guy tomorrow. Waterman.
Yeah, the Jake breaks out too, man. That's...
Oh, boy.
That thing it's stressful driving it without the Jakes.
So anyways, I got to give kudos to you guys for putting on quite the show last night. That was a pretty big production, and had to overcome some hurdles. If it would have went smooth, like we thought it was going to, things would have been a little bit more successful, I believe.
It would have been cool if we'd had 200 people there.
Yeah. But there was obstacles that were overcome, and that reveals the character of that group of people.
By the way, folks, right, you can catch the live stream if you missed it last night. There's a live stream. There was somebody else there that has a hell of a lot higher profile than we do live streaming it too.
Oh, really? Nice. So I wonder what that's under. It would be under
Matt Scratch or Matt Scorch or.
Nice. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to get that. Because I'm sure a lot of people would like to see that.
We want you to watch it on Red County Blue Nation. You don't need to know the other place.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all.
Oh, no, we want to watch it somewhere else. We ain't watching Red County. Somebody else they live streamed it. Hey, look, Red County's the one that put the whole thing on. It wouldn't have even happened without us because we had to have our bank account. We had to have everything lined up with the EIN number and all of this stuff. Ain't nobody else made that happen but Red County, folks. I mean, Harold did all of that stuff, but at the nuts and bolts to make it happen, Red County's the one that had the stuff in place so that it actually could proceed.
Exactly. Yeah. And Mike Boring is very instrumental in. He came down and was instrumental in getting that recorded, right, for Red County.
Yeah, he liked. Matt Strick is this guy. Matt Strick, relentlessly optimistic. Of course, all our people are like, "Yay! Look, great! It's Matt Strick! Yay!" It's on Red County, folks. Red County had the first position. Y'all know we were live streaming it. I mean, I don't know how many times I said it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to beat and batter on our own people, but it's like, why weren't you throwing it out that Red County's the one that was doing it? We're the ones that did it. We're the ones that set it up, the whole 9 yards. And don't get me wrong, I don't care. Right?
How did the fireworks go? I mean, how did the firework donation? Did you guys get a little bit of money for the fireworks?
Oh, I mean, I put the money in the lockbox in there. I seen a 20 and a couple tins, and so there was maybe like $50.
That's something.
It ain't. Yeah, it's like
drop in the bucket.
You got 4 or 5 seconds off the old big girl here, folks. Just so you know.
Yeah, for $50. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, our donation deal was. I mean, we definitely lost money.
Got it.
But we knew that going in.
Well, it was a dang good, for the first go around like that. That was damn good feedback on what needs to take place.
The bad part is
timing, and then not having all the obstacles to overcome.
The bad part is by the next time around, folks, we might all be eating crickets.
Yep.
I mean, if it doesn't go well in the midterms, I mean, I've already told you, and I'm sure you know, we're in a bad position.
Yep.
If they think they're get enough people, and that's the bad part. You have people like Nick Fuentes, which I agree with a lot of the stuff I've watched about him, but when they're trying to say, "Well, we're just going to quit voting for Trump," and that'll show him a lesson. That's like what happened with Brad. We'll show you a lesson. We won't vote for you.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Boy, all that does is create chaos and animosity
Division.
for a long time.
Yeah, that childish stuff is
we're still dealing and playing with that shit.
Yep. Yeah, produce.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm whatever. You folks got it. You can have it. It's yours, right? You got what you reap, what you sow. You want to watch Matt Struck or whatever instead of Red County? That's your business.
I didn't even know another person recorded it. I had no idea until you just said it.
Well, I mean, he was set up there with all his cameras and all the. I mean, all you had to do was look at this guy with all his stuff hanging out there like a damn
photographer.
Yeah. And it's great that it was live streamed, but it's like that was why Mike came up.
You're right. No, I thought it was just Mike. He was the guy.
Well, that was the plan because, I mean, trying to rely on somebody else to do it was against the whole thing. That's why the flags are not here, folks, because we had to take the flags and we went and set the flags up at the meet and greet. So we didn't have any other flags. Then, of course, we got in trouble. Well, the American flag's supposed to be higher than the state flag. And I'm just like, why was I doing this again? The only reason I did that is because I want to try to get more people to vote. That is the only reason.
Well, we got our republic to protect, and if people don't show up, it's...
But to bitch at me over how the flag is supposed to have been set, I mean, Jack said it pretty well. Hell, if everybody quit bitching at each other and invite more people to it, there'd be everybody in Custer County there.
And there you go.
But I mean, overall, I mean, I was glad to meet them guys. Met the governor. I bet visited with Scott Bottoms probably 5 minutes right there by myself.
Yeah, very personable people, strong characters. They know where they're at. They know where they're going. They have grown children and they have grandchildren. They have a lot of skin in the game. They're very serious about the future of Colorado. And they understand what's going to keep it and what holds it instead of just flushing it down the toilet. Because with this sanctuary, this and all the other perversion and the lawlessness, we're not going to last. It just doesn't last. It doesn't work that way. Nothing stands with that kind of abuse. Nothing. So if we don't get it replaced, not a lot some of you are going to do. There's not a lot people could do. There's a lot some people can do. We just don't want it to come to that.
All you got to do is turn your ballots in.
Yeah, be proactive and let's get her done.
And be realistic. I mean, they want you to have an ID to come into the Democratic Republican convention, but yet they don't want you to have an ID to vote. You have to have an ID for everything. You have to have an ID to get into the bank. You have to have an ID to go hunting. You have to have an ID for this and that and the whole 9 yards, but you don't think we need one to vote. That's the stupidest damn, that is so ludicrous that, I mean, it's almost even hard to think.
Well, it's intentional, and here's the thing.
It is intentional, but it's like, what my thing is why don't the people see that? Like, what part of you really thinks that it's okay that some freaking illegal votes? Like, how is that fine?
I'm mad at Trump. We got to have him out of there. We got to have everybody. We got to convince these illegal immigrants to vote, get him out of there. We're mad.
Well, yeah, mad because what? Because we're trying to shut off the fraud?
Exactly.
I mean,
cookie jar's lid's getting taped down.
Scott Bottoms is talking directly with JD Vance. They say there's more fraud in Colorado than there is in Minnesota. 30 billion.
30 billion. So we've got our hands full here, folks.
And we're down here scratching shit with the chickens. And you got a bunch of illegals that's taking what little bit of tax money we pay, and they're taking that shit? Oh, boy.
Gotta stop the bleeding first.
Guns sound pretty good.
Yep. Gotta stop the bleeding.
Guns sound pretty good.
And one of them was mentioning too, the potholes are pretty bad, but said we can get those fixed, but you got to stop the bleeding. You got to stop the waste.
Put a forensic audit on the DOT.
Absolutely.
Plenty of money to fix the potholes, folks.
Plenty. That's what the land is fat.
Fat.
But it's abused. And that's where we've got to streamline the government.
Thievery.
Because it's just too easy to just keep stealing because it's just taxpayers' money. That was their job. I mean, if they were, I don't know. It's just the time we live in. But I would say don't grow weary in well doing. We got to get stuff done. So
we got to show up and light the fireworks. Now that's the next big thing. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, the meet and greet was a big deal. I was glad to go through the process with you guys. That was way awesome. And we've learned a lot. I think we've all learned quite a bit. I mean, having the 501c, the Red County Blue Nation all set up, ready to go. That was important. Mike with Facebook, with with the T-Town thing.
To try to figure out how to pull all that stuff off, that was...
I was watching it. I watched. I was like, wow, how many hoops you got to jump through here? Because there's a bunch.
CCRCC didn't get it pulled.
They were an obstruction. They were one of the biggest obstructions there was. but still got her done. Still got her done. And then there'll be some more stuff that's coming up here that we'll have to be really paying attention to. And the Lincoln Day thing coming up one of these days.
I mean, there's so many other fish to fry that
Yeah.
we're not going to raise all kind of money, folks, till we know that the money we raise is secure.
Yeah. So that's
I've
another.
been telling you that the whole time, especially as the fundraising chair now. I'm just not going to do it till we get through. I mean, we didn't get the treasurer in that we thought was the most qualified one, all because everybody's butt hurt. No, I'm mad at Jack because he didn't vote for me at the assembly. Really? So you're gonna sabotage whatever the hell we're trying to do here? It's childish, man.
Yeah. I hope it quits one of these days. And I think who was the gal that was there? Luck. What's her name? Something Luck.
Well, there's
Is
two
it
of them.
Stephanie?
Stephanie is the one that was the younger, the daughter.
Yeah. So she was the one that's been up at the Golden Dome. She's in the legislative body. And she's got she draws a line in the sand. She knows right from wrong. She's got a strong standard and purpose.
The bad part is, and I can't fault her, right? I mean, we all have a life to live, but why are you not doing it, Stephanie?
Oh, you mean because she's stepping out?
I mean, having kids and doing all that's just a fact of life, but and I mean, who am I to say what's more important in somebody's life, the people or their own life, right? I mean, I'm not that person, but when somebody of that capability steps out, it leaves questions in my mind. Why didn't you continue? If you're such a diehard fighter for the people, then why ain't you still fighting? Just that's what goes through my mind. And, you know, Matt Alexander and Michelle Gray are the two that are trying to take that. They're running for her office.
Yeah, and she was clear on make sure the person is competent to do the job.
And she endorsed Matt Alexander, folks.
Oh, she did. Yep.
So did Scott Bottoms.
Yep. Right out in open.
So I mean that means quite a bit. When right out in the open, when Michelle right to her face, they're saying we don't. And of course we can't, right? We're PCPs. We by our little bylaws are not allowed to endorse a candidate, but
right.
we're not endorsing anything.
We're
here.
Just reporting.
Yeah, we're just telling you what happened.
Just reporting.
Stephanie, the House District 60 person that's in there now endorses Matt Alexander.
Yeah. So competency in the character, and that's why you need to meet and greet people to get to know them, be able to ask them questions.
These guys are a lot more down to earth,
yes,
than they seem to be, or you know, like Tim Bennett, right? I mean, we've met Tim like about a half a dozen times,
and he's
now.
solid. I mean, the conversation having
Mark Baisley.
Solid.
I spent some time with David Wilson, the Attorney General, right? I mean, he only started running 7 days before the assembly, and he got 37% of the vote.
He's one of them guys that have knowledge and experience.
What they are is they are on the side, like that's why him and Scott Bottoms want to work together so that they can actually put somebody in jail. Jenna Griswold?
For the people.
Jenna Griswold?
For the people, absolutely.
Shit, man. For the people's great, but what about the law?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What about justice?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Stephen. Is we've got to have some kind of consequences to these elected officials that are lawless.
Even if there wasn't no people, it's the principle of how they're supposed to operate is the factor we're talking about here. And that why I have such I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope, and I hope, and I hope. But do I honestly, in my own mind, believe that I don't? Mr. Trump, I know you're the greatest president maybe that's ever been in the United States, but man, you ain't getting shit done in my book, buddy. Well, hell, he's doing all kinds of great things. They're still eating the frickin' kids, folks. I mean, you can't bullshit me. You can't bullshit me. I know what they're doing, and there's no justice. They're eating little kids, and they don't care. Trump don't care. If he did, they'd be in jail and strung up. They'd be electrocuting them son of a guns.
There would be a lot of justice.
They ain't none of that. Not one person. Not one. Not one.
I thought the guy that was taking Bondi's job, I thought he was going to maybe step up. And
I knew better than that. He's the crooked.
He's as bad as the rest of them.
He's the one that's been blocking them the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean,
not far away from a real correction. We're just not that far away from a real correction. They can't get this thing handled civilly. It won't be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, but it'll probably be over pretty quick. But we'll see. The American people only take so
not
much.
like if it's at the Iran war.
Well,
we'll be out of there in 4 or 5 days.
This won't be like no Iran war.
10 years later. I mean, I'm just, like I said, don't get me wrong, because I want it bad. But it's kind of like knowing that your girlfriend is cheating on you. You wish she wasn't, but you know that she is. Or your boyfriend or whatever, right? I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but when you know what it is, you know what it is. It doesn't matter how bad you don't want it to happen. It's happening.
Yeah. There you go.
And you can pull an ostrich and bury your head in the sand.
Hope it go away.
But it ain't going away.
The only way it's going away is at the voting booth, first and foremost. Let's give that a good chance. It's a good time. I mean, right now is the time to get her done.
It's epic time.
Epic.
And
big time.
I mean, we did the best we could with the meet and greet, but most people have already voted. Which is kind of ornery too, because you can't tell about the voter fraud. You can't tell if somebody's already turned a ballot in your name until you take it to the voting booth and say, I'm Steve Rorick and I'm here to vote. And they say, no, you've already cast your vote. And I'm like, here's my ballot. I ain't cast nothing. I still have my ballot in my hand. But people are too consumed with what they're doing. They have their own life. I mean, they're listening to the news. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, really.
So the machine still counts the votes, right, here in Custer County? The Dominion machine?
The thing about the Dominion machine is like, I don't think that the Dominion machine will have anything to do with the local elections, in my opinion. Right?
During the midterms, it's more
even for the big boys.
Oh, got it.
I mean, if you look at the votes, it's still that same thing. It's 2-1. There's about a third libs, 2/3 conservative. That's the way that it always shows up across all these lines. And that's why it seems to me that the Dominion machine works somewhat. It seems to be within the boundaries of what the average is. Instead of like how all of a sudden you have 40,000 votes for the third place incumbent for the LA mayor, and Karen Bass or Plank or whatever's Plank or Platt or whatever his name is didn't get one. The third place gal got 40,000 votes. Like, I mean, who that actually can think a little bit would think that that's reasonable or possible. I mean, it's statistically it's impossible for a voting thing to have 40,000 votes for one person.
That's what you call a landslide. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and then tell the people of California get fed up. Ain't nothing happening.
Yeah. You can imagine the waste, fraud, and abuse out there.
Well, yeah, what'd they spend on that light rail? Like 30 billion or something. And
They got about 10 foot on it. They got about 10 foot out there. Wait a minute, we're over budget already. Where'd all the money go?
Dang it, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, it's absolutely bizarre to me. You know, this isn't a king or queen oppressing us. This is our own elected government officials oppressing us with our tax money that they take at gunpoint. And we're sitting here taking it and taking it and taking it. Needs to be a full repentance. We need to get good people in there that represent us and get things back on track. And that's kind of what the elected folks that are running for office are. It's kind of what they've been talking about. We got to get in there and get things straightened out. Because there's plenty of fat in the land, but it's being preyed upon.
That's what I was talking with Chuck today. I said, could you imagine what it would be like if we actually, the resources that we have as a species, what we could accomplish if we all had good intentions.
Goodwill, absolutely.
I mean, it would be
fascinating.
Next level. I mean,
that'd be fascinating.
There would be no.
You know, giving somebody something, you still got to teach people that it's better to give than it is to receive, and to feel that goodness when you're giving. This receive thing, and I'm entitled, and you got a bunch. You need to give that to me. That's the core of the contamination that's in people nowadays. You owe me. That's mine. You got too much. I remember planting that hemp out there. You can't have this many plants. I don't have this many. I'm like, really? Where did that come from, bozo? What kind of mentality do you have? Where is that coming from? I'm out here employing you to help me, and you're pissed off because I got too many plants?
Oh, jealousy is...
I remember another example of that. What are them bales? Bale bundlers? Small bales? Matt and I were at this old boy's table, and Matt was talking about he's probably going to get him one. Matt said, I think I might get me one of them. This old boy goes, well, you can't, because we can't afford one. What? What? If we can't get one, neither can you. Where is that? Where does that come from? That's the mentality. To come in and conquer a kingdom, you don't come in a strong kingdom, a strong man's house. You don't come with force. You get the hearts and minds of the people. And you start with the young people. And generation after generation, if you keep plugging away at it, you get it. And then you win. We're on that verge. We're on that tipping point. And if we don't get faced around here and get things corrected, it's going to be a catastrophe. Thank God we got a pretty good group of people in the military that are coming on strong. And strong military, getting that goofiness out of the military, that was mandatory. All this toilet flushing has to happen. It's the way it is. Harsh reality.
It's embarrassing that it ever even came up in the first place.
Absolutely. So anyways.
That's kind of... It's kind of like You watched your girlfriend over there kissing on some sucker, and she didn't know you were seeing him, and then now you're supposed to kiss on her. Like,
I don't think so.
I just seen where your lips were.
Game over.
But and you want me to think everything's back to normal?
Probably not.
Okay. Just because I said okay doesn't mean I agree.
But no, at the end of the day, I think we've got. There's a good group of people working together up here. I'm pretty proud to be part of it. I mean, a very small part, but I'm at least involved. I got a vote. It's BCP. So it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, sorry we didn't get our newsletter out this week. Our most favoritist and very diligent and bestest email gal told us on Monday we needed to do that, and Mike told me, and I let it slip through the cracks. I mean, all I knew was it was meet and greet, and we had to go set up the chairs, and Harold and I went and did all that because I didn't want to listen to
Exactly.
how we need 16 chefs in the kitchen and ain't nobody knows how to bake a cake, but we'll tell you we do.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that and mean to the people that were supporting us, but I was just like, let me and Harold just go do this. We'll get this part done, and then everybody else can come in and say, oh, I thought we didn't know you started so early. Yeah, I just wasn't in the mindset to try to argue with people about how things should be.
It's easier enough just to go get it done yourself.
Had it in our mind how we wanted it, and that's what we did.
Yeah, there you go. Take full control over it and handle it. And as we grow and get a little bit more orchestrated and it'll be a lot smoother. We'll see how she goes. But anyways, I don't know what time it's getting to be, but
Oh, it's probably any time. It's 12 after.
okay. But yeah, it would be
Well, I was
good.
apologizing about the newsletter. But what would it be good?
The Chronicles are going to be coming out.
The Chronicle is the same as out, folks. It's just we're toying about how we want or I shouldn't say toying, but we're trying to figure out, do we charge you for it? Like, most people don't respect anything that's free. They think, well, hell, if it's free, it can't be worth anything. So it's like, do we try to do this thing a service to the people for free? Because I already do this for free, right? It costs me to put the Red County on the air. And so I don't understand why. I mean, this is like my donation part. That's why with the Chronicle, my opinion is that the Chronicle needs to carry its own weight. And if it don't, I just don't think that that's realistic.
No, it's not. Nope. Every production, every published thing takes time, at the very least.
It takes effort.
And then it takes
because we were talking
technical
about sponsoring.
Yeah, it takes a lot of.
And it's like, who's gonna go make the sale for the sponsors? Yeah, it sounds great. Oh, we'll go get sponsors. Who's gonna go get them? I'm not. I took all I can get to get fireworks. I'm not the little boy beggar. It's hard for me to ask people for money. I just normally don't do that.
No, but when you're the guy that's putting it together, you three mortarmen, you guys all work together and you've got a pretty good. I mean, year after year, I think you're getting pretty good group of people supporting you.
This fireworks show, folks, it's going to be next level. So it will. Telling you right now, it's going to be live stream on X, Red County Blue Nation. Now, I don't want to hear, oh, somebody else live streamed the fireworks. It's great. No, it's us. It's us. It's me. It's we. It's our group. It's Red County Blue Nation. It's the Mortarmen. It's us that's doing this. Nobody else. So you will see live stream of the fireworks in Custer County 4th of July. Going to be a humdinger.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of them here.
And I'm not trying to sound negative, folks. I'm just telling you, this is how, I mean, put yourself in my shoes. Really? I work so hard to try to do this, and then somebody else tells me how great it is that somebody else is doing it. And it's like, well, that felt good. That's a whole lot of incentive to keep going. Well, somebody else did a better job than you did.
Well,
Yeah?
Can't see that. I mean,
Well, that's my interpretation when somebody says, well, somebody else live streamed it. Why don't you just watch it on Red County?
yeah, people need to know the difference.
But I will say, folks, and I'm not picking on any one single one, but this county is notorious for being a shithole about supporting the people that are here. They've never, just with my distillery, that whole thing, you would have thought I was trying to sell dang buckets of crap. I had so much pushback and so much, nobody helped me at all. George Gramlich and Brian Klintz and Eileen, when she had the liquor cabinet, are the only people in this town that ever really supported the distillery. And that's bullshit. Oh, craft, Colorado craft, we all about it. But you won't support the person that does it in your own hometown.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I feel about with the Red County. And it ain't, don't get me wrong, it ain't that big a deal. I'm just bringing this up. Like, you expect me to be all happy and joyful that you're watching it, a live stream from somebody else?
I don't know.
Because they have more viewers? Okay. Like I said, that doesn't give me much incentive to carry on. Just saying. I'm not saying I'm going to quit, because I did this for myself. Because so I can relieve myself of the burden of sharing the information so that you can make a legitimate decision in your own life. I seen there was something bad about to happen to you, and I'm at fault if I didn't say something. So I'm saying something, so I'm not at fault.
Exactly.
I'm at peace with my Creator, and that's the reason why I'm doing this.
Exactly. It's on you.
It's on you.
It's on you.
You want to watch the thing on somebody else's thing? Go for it.
I didn't even know it was on somebody else's thing.
Well, that's
Until you just mentioned it. I was like, wow. I didn't pay attention that somebody else was even there doing that. Not even a little bit. I seen Mikey do it, and I thought that was it.
I mean, I don't know. We all only can do what we can do, and we can only intake that. We can only understand and realize our environment to the point where we can understand and realize. That's all we can do.
I know. I appreciated being able to listen to, number one, the resumes that you guys read of all of the people that were running. Whether it was the coroner, the commissioner, the sheriff, everybody got a resume read. Everybody. That was huge. And then
and we face a lot of criticism. Well, they're too long.
But it was informative.
Well, and that's the thing is if you want information, there's no such thing as too long.
You're shortcutting it. You can't shortcut it.
And that's why I stood up and told him, I said, everybody here, I want you to know that the reason that we're letting these people speak 10 minutes is because I wanted them to speak 10 minutes. Me wanted them to speak for 10 minutes. It's why they spoke for 10 minutes, folks.
And I agreed with you. Because I watched the 2-minute thing. And I watched the 15 same people.
I wasn't going to let it go down no other way.
We were just not.
They drive too far. It's too critical. And there's too much to talk about to get it in just a couple minutes.
Yeah. And these people are very knowledgeable and in depth. And I think they did a really good service of putting themselves on display, saying, hey, this is who you get.
All I know is that we had a lot better showing than Sterling. 5 people is how many that the governor was. They were talking in Sterling. Bottoms and Tim Bennett were talking in Sterling before they came down here. And they were talking to 5 people. That's embarrassing. I mean, I don't know how big Sterling is, but that's a college town, University of Northern Colorado. Let me find that out real quick before we bail out of here.
No, thanks for the folks that did show up and the people that supported it. That was good, really good. We were hoping for more, but we got what we got, and we're thankful, and we're doing the best we can. It's just community support would absolutely be handy at this point in time because we're all in it together.
I guess it wasn't as big as I thought. So 13,000 people.
That's still
It's pretty much hell of a lot bigger than Westcliffe. That's 3 times bigger than the whole county.
that's
Custer.
what I was getting ready to say. So yeah, I mean, what happened last night was monumental. I thought it was awesome. I mean, we have great expectations and super hopes, and we worked hard for it. I didn't do that much, but other people sure did. The technical people, advertising. Sue, was it Sue Luck? She's the one that designed the posters and helped Harold get that rolling. And then there was a lot of volunteers that put those posters up in a lot of different places, not just here in Westcliffe and Custer County, but all the way down through Pueblo and Salida and all the other places that they were
Florence
representing.
and Canyon.
Florence and yeah, exactly.
Woodland Park, Cripple Creek.
Yeah, it was a bunch. That was a lot of volunteer work, a lot of good energy, and yeah. And I don't know how much Facebook exposure there was, but it sounded like a pretty good.
Seemed like quite a bit. I mean, I don't do Facebook, so I don't know. But
I know I was sharing it at least once or twice a day. So, but there again, people are busy living their lives. The problem is sometimes you got to stop and make sure the foundation doesn't get washed away. That's where we're at.
That's the part about it. I mean, I was talking with the guys today, and they made a comment. He said, "Well, and this is a really peculiar deal." Said, "Well, nobody's hungry," and that is the case. But you watch, I forget which country it was, one of them countries down in South America. Them people was starving to death, and they're still thinking that socialism is the way to go. So I mean, it's almost takes more than people starving to death to get them to understand. It's education and understanding is the only way to get out of this trap that we're in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be instilled in you. The righteousness of how to live and what to do.
It's what do you always call it? It's you're trying not to react, you're trying to proact.
Be proactive, yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to make it happen. You're trying to make something happen instead of reacting to something that's already has happened.
Exactly.
Where you're on the defense. I'm trying to defend, I'm trying to cover, I'm trying to cover up, or I'm trying to make better a circumstance that happened that's not good, instead of making good decisions and making good conditions because you made a good decision.
Well, when it comes down to an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. And we're into the pound of cure now. That's kind of where we're at. So we got a bigger mess than what we wanted. We haven't been trimming it and keeping it where it needs to be. But we'll see where we go here. I'm hoping things turn around.
So do I. I mean, I hope with every fiber of my being, but there's part of me that says, when you look at what you're doing, you know that it's not. There's nobody that's getting prosecuted. Looks like you got company.
Matthias out there.
Looks like. Well, we're about done for the day, folks. So
I'm
Uh,
thoroughly done for this state.
I guess we'll keep you updated. If you haven't voted yet, please do so. Hopefully turn your ballot in the day of.
Encourage a friend or two to get involved. Don't just throw that thing in the trash. Try to inspire, encourage your friends to show up and vote. Pretty vital. We can't say it anymore.
Can't say it anymore. So
Can't say it anymore.
with that being said, y'all have a great evening. See you next week.
Oh.